Hello, it's Sadie. I wanted to come on and do a weekly energy reading for the energy of this week. I am filming this on the night of February 11th. And so I'm going to start this reading through from now until February 18th, because there's going to be a big shift and change in energy this week because we enter Pisces season on the 18th. And so what's interesting about this week is that it's going to feel like two very different distinct energies or two very different distinct realities kind of in 1 week. So the first part of the week, I'm going to separate the energy reading through the first part of the week and then the second part of the week. I was going to do that a little bit differently this reading. So what Spirit was saying about this first part of the week, I was given a word, Inquisition. And I was like, why am I getting that word? This is not about the Spanish Inquisition. This is more about really looking into something deeper, seeing the truth from many different perspectives. The definition of Inquisition is a period of prolonged and intensive questioning and investigation. And so Spirit is saying there could be something that comes into your environment the beginning part of this week that makes you kind of want to question and investigate further. And with that, it's going to open up truth and the many different perspectives of truth. We've got the Ace of Swords. And so on one hand, truth can be very, very singular, but also truth can be multidimensional. You know, there is a micro and a macro expression of the truth. I'll give you an example that I heard that's a really, really good example. You can be John, say your name is John, and you live in Los Angeles. So my truth is, okay, John lives in Los Angeles, right? But then the next person comes by and says, John lives in California. That statement is also truth. Now, California is the state that Los Angeles is in. So they didn't specifically define the city that John lived in, but they did define where John lives. There is an even larger truth. John lives in the United States, which would also be a true statement. So Spirit was saying this week, really try to see from the highest perspective. This is the Judgment card and the Vice Versa Tarot. I'm using the Vice Versa Tarot as the sort of demonstration of the energy this week. Really look at things from a higher perspective, because you might see many different layers of truth and things that are true for you, but also things that are true for others this week, the first part of this week, okay? The other thing about the first part of this week, and specifically tomorrow, which is Sunday the 12th, and Monday the 13th, is really pay attention to your intuition, but also don't overlook the details within something. I really like this depiction of the High Priestess, who is representing the Pisces energy, but I will get into that because it's the second part of the week. So I'll get into that later. But in this depiction of the card, she is pointing to a specific sentence, a specific phrase, something very, very specific in this book that she is holding. And why this is important is because the details of whatever you may be dealing with, whether this is a person, whether this is a situation, whether this is something that you feel like you can't make a decision on at this time, everything you need to know is going to be in the details. And sometimes with the High Priestess energy coming through as well, really, really strongly, it's like the details that are hidden, the things that are left unsaid, carry just as much truth as what is revealed, is what is shown, is what is seen to you. And so this week, especially the beginning part of the week, it's about looking deeper, looking beyond the surface of things, but looking from the viewpoint of getting information, seeing it from a higher perspective without judgment, and using your intuition to kind of peer into the highest truth of a situation, okay? That was a really, really important message for the beginning of this week. Observation and neutrality are going to be very, very important to adopt for the beginning of this week. The other thing Spirit was saying too, and going back to judgment, is really let go of judgments. We're all at different phases of our ascension, at different phases of our evolution. We are all at different levels of consciousness. And so what's true for you could be very, very different and not true for someone else, and vice versa. And so that's why it's important to understand your truth, to discern what's true for you, but also to see things from the highest perspective without judging it as good or bad, or without judging it from the lens of just, well, that's not true for me, so therefore it's not true, okay? One of the phrases I heard, and I think this was posted on the community page of a page that's called Ascent Tarot. They do a lot of twin flame type of readings, and she had a quote that says, "Don't expect you from people." And that is perfect for the energy of the beginning of this week. Don't expect you from people. Don't expect people to do things or think the way that you think, or see the way that you see, or behave the way that you behave. This is really a time just to look for what is true for you out of any sort of situation or experience. Really investigate, do your research, look at the detail, pay attention to the fine print, so that you can see from the highest perspective and make choices from the highest perspective, okay? So that is the first part of this week. So the second part of this week, and it's sort of like we're in the first part of this week's energy now, even though it's Saturday and we haven't officially started the new week. The reason why this energy of the truth is so strong right now, and gaining more information, gathering more information, investigation, and that kind of energy, is because Pluto and Mercury were conjunct I think they were conjunct yesterday, but that energy is still sort of playing out until around the end of Monday. And so that's why there could be this energy around getting more information, looking at the truth, looking at things from different perspectives. Because when Pluto and Mercury meet up, it always sort of brings out truth. It brings up hidden truths, okay? Especially with the High Priestess energy. There could be a hidden truth for you within a book or within something that you may have overlooked before. So that's part of the reason why that word inquisition came up. It's like, look deeper, take a second look, take another look at something to see it for what it truly is, okay? Because the truth will be revealed to you. So let's start with the second part of this week. We go into Valentine's Day, which energetically is just another day, but because the collective has this collective consciousness and belief around Valentine's Day is the day of love, the day we celebrate love and romance and connecting with others and relationships. And it doesn't matter what you think about Valentine's Day, if it's just a corporate holiday for money purposes, or if there is a deeper and larger meaning to it. But it does energetically shift and change the rest of the week. And so starting on Valentine's Day, there is this energy of love and this overflow of love, emotion, desire for romance. With the dove, it's like peace and the energy of hope when it comes to love. I'm hearing hope springs eternal because of this depiction of the Ace of Cups. And so that energy can bring in sort of a lot of emotions coming up to the surface of wanting love, feeling love, desiring to be with someone that you love. And that's going to be amplified for everyone this week, actually, after Valentine's Day, because Venus, which is in Pisces right now, and I did 2 videos about the Venus and Pisces energy. But Neptune is the planetary ruler of the Pisces energy. And Neptune and Venus are going to be conjunct this week on the 15th. And so it's really going to ignite passion, desire, love, and really wanting to connect with others in a very, very loving way, whether it's a physical way, a spiritual way, an emotional way. With the 2 of Cups, it's like this energy of union and really wanting that energy to take flight with the Phoenix is coming up for everyone to look at. What this also could bring up, though, is your feelings of loneliness, your feelings of sort of your unmet desires when it comes to love and relationships, your feelings of lack. And so it's really, really important this week, especially because Venus and Neptune go conjunct on the 15th, and then on the 18th, we begin Pisces season. One of the things Spirit said about Pisces season this year is it's going to feel like energetically a huge full moon the entire Pisces season. It's just emotions on high, the intensity of emotions, the overflow of emotions. And emotions can be both loving and joyful and happy, or they can be sad and fearful. And so just really pay attention to that energy. It is a week to love yourself. I mean, if you don't have a Valentine, you don't have anyone buying you roses and chocolates, do that for yourself. You know, it's a really, really important week of self-love as well, because just because someone may not be expressing love to you in the way that you want them to doesn't mean that you're not lovable. And it's really just important to connect with yourself in a very, very loving way during this week, if you're not going to be connecting with anybody else in a loving way. But the energy of this week, because there is the Phoenix rising and it's resurrection, and this is the Page of Wands in the Vice Versa Tarot. For me, the Page of Wands is my good news card. Pages are the messenger of the tarot. And so there could be this complete unexpected resurrection of a love, of a connection, of a situation. The spark is ignited, so to speak, especially because, and this is getting into the energy of next week, but it is related. There is a Pisces new moon on the 19th, but that is the same day that Venus will leave Pisces and move into Aries, which is all about passion, fire, desire, connection, very, very physical connection, the physical desire for love, and to be with, you know, another person, to express your love to another person. And so we're coming into very, very powerful times. And this week is sort of like the end of sort of one door and the beginning of another new door. And so there's a lot of powerful energy this week. And it's important to understand that there's a lot happening. Things could be happening very, very quickly. And just to really do whatever you need to do for yourself to find your balance and equilibrium. It's going to be very, very important, especially when it comes to your emotional balance and equilibrium, okay? Going back to the resurrection energy. with the Judgment card too, that is also an energy of rebirth. And so there is this energy really, really strong this week about second chances, second wind, a second life. That which you thought was, dead and gone, resurrected for this new birth, this new beginning. Again, it definitely could be in terms of love. For some of you, this could be a brand new person. But for many of you, it could be someone from your past. And I love this depiction of the Two of Cups because you've got these two in union, sharing their cups, sharing their heart, sharing their soul with one another. I'm hearing the anima and the animus, the alpha and the omega, that is the masculine and feminine energies coming together with the caduceus here. But you also have the Ace of Cups, the same Ace of Cups depiction from this card. And so it's like this new energy, this rebirth of love brings in a really beautiful connection. And so there's, again, a lot of powerful energies this week, a lot of energy around truth, around love, around connections, around emotions. And so there's a lot happening this week energetically for all of us. All right. So with that, and I know that was a very, very long intro, but there was a lot of downloads that needed to come through. So I had to get them out. Let's start the reading with the sacred symbols. New life. That is the Ankh energy. That is the energy of the Egyptians and stability, fertility. There is this new energy that's been coming through very, very strongly in my readings since the beginning of the year. Something new is coming. We're all entering into something new, right? And it's a number 4, so it represents stability. It represents harmony, represents happiness. For some, it's going to represent commitment. Higher self, Holy Spirit, guides, guardians, and angels of unconditional love. Further messages do you want to bring through for the energy of this week? Wow. Okay. So new life came out, and we have soulmates. This is the only sort of soulmate twin flame card in this deck. And it came right out. So this energy of love, true connection, heart and soul connection, two becoming one, two hearts sealed as one, is very, very strong this week. For some of you, it's going to be completely shocking because it's going to be a situation you thought was over or you thought wasn't going to come together. That's now ready to come together. It's being resurrected. It's being rebirthed. And you're going to finally see and know the truth of that situation and of that person. And you're going to be connected on every level, physically, emotionally, spiritually. And it brings this overflow of emotion. So really powerful energy coming through this week. We do have the soulmate card. We also have the card of friendship. So this is a week of joining with partners, whether it's a romantic partner, whether it's a friend. It's a very, very strong week around new birth and resurrection when it comes to connections in love, but also with friends, okay? And that's going to bring in a lot of affluence. For some of you, your birth, that new life energy, is around money, stability, prosperity, really coming into big abundance. And again, that high priestess energy with the psychic coming through, it's like you are on fire psychically, spiritually, intuitively this week. And so really, really trust. And I love the twos. Look at this. You've got two hearts here sealed as one. You've got the two arrows with the friendship. You've got the two circles with the psychic. You've got the Sri Yantra with the affluence. You've got the Ankh with the new life. So there's a lot of energy around twos. 2 is an energy of collaboration, coupling. I'm hearing partnerships. So that energy is going to be very, very strong beginning this week for many of us. And then we have the Magic card, which is the Pentacle. Again, very much connected to affluence. Some of you are manifesting big wealth, big success, big money. Really pay attention to your intuition. And again, this could be also that energy of looking at the details, looking at the fine print, seeing the larger view, seeing the intuitive view beyond what's being shown to you, which could bring you big affluence and a lot of magic and manifestation of wealth. Okay. And bottom of the deck is trust. Enter the void. Sometimes we're not going to know exactly how everything's going to unfold for us. And so this is a time of radical trust, radically trusting the divine to guide you and lead you to where you know you want to be. All right. And so with that, we're going to get into the tarot. But wow, powerful, powerful week ahead for all of us. And the reason why I'm doing this reading separately from the live card pool this week is because I am going to be on tomorrow with Mary Jo from Divine Messenger 717. And so just wanted to get this weekly energy reading out. I am going to use the Thelema tarot for the weekly energy reading. And so Spirit, Higher Self, Guides, Guardians, and Angels of Unconditional Love. What else do you want to bring through for this very, very powerful week? One more. Beautiful. Wow. It's an amazing week, you guys. That's all I gotta say. Okay. We do start the week off with the 8 of Swords. Okay. So this is fear. This is feeling restricted. And again, going back to the message that I said about the first part of the week, let go of your judgment. Try to see and view any situation or circumstance from the highest perspective. Look at the deeper truth and pay attention to the details, because it will reveal to you what you need to know to get you out of this 8 of Swords energy. Everything's going to be illuminated with the sun. There is happiness, there is joy, there is success, just because you may not be able to see it in the moment. This is a time to really trust your intuition and trust that the universe has your back. With the sun, this is the most positive card in the tarot, but it is also the energy of awakening, illumination, and just really everything having that positive outcome, that burst of light, seeing everything, because it's all revealed to you. All right. Beautiful, beautiful energy. We also have the 3 of Pentacles. So building something. This also is an energy for me of collaborating with others to build something very successful. So there could be opportunities that come in through other people to help bring in more abundance for you. So pay attention to that. And because this card, she's working on her artwork. She's working on her own talents, like developing her own talents. This also is a week where important to work on the work of your heart and soul and develop your own talents, because that could also bring in abundance for you. Fate, destiny, we got the wheel of fortune. The hand of fate is playing big for all of us this week, and the fate is going to bring us some level of balance, some level of abundance, some level of fortune. For some of you, this is justice, a situation coming into balance, fair compensation, financial support and abundance, receiving what you need to help support and fulfill your dreams. A gift, So a lot of balance and harmony coming into finances. We also have the Ten of Cups, which is one of my energies of reunion, resurrection, rebirth, coming back together. Beautiful depiction of the swans, because the swans mate for life, but this is also the rainbow after the storm. So there is a lot of healing energy coming through this week in terms of love and finances. And if you're starting off the week in this energy, it's really just a time to trust. Trust that all is well. Surrender completely and know that so many beautiful big things are coming in for you this week, even if you can't see them. Really, really trust, because the 10 of Cups is the last card that I pulled, and on the bottom of the deck you have the 9 of Cups. Big wish fulfillment. So beautiful week ahead for all of us. This could be wishes in terms of love, money, finances. I'm hearing just rich and abundance. For many of you, this could be everything, all areas of your life just coming. It's like the wheel has turned. You're entering into this beautiful new cycle where there's abundance, support, there's love, there's harmony in your relationships, and you're just on cloud 9. All right, so wow. Amazing way to end the Aquarius season and start the Pisces season. That's awesome. Final cards, final energy from the Energy Oracle cards for this week. Bottom of the deck, we have Archangel Metatron with the 6th chakra, which is your third eye. Again, just really, really pay attention to your intuition this week, but also your intuition could be highly activated this week as well. Neptune energy is very, very psychic. Pisces energy is highly psychic. And so a lot of visions and a lot of dreams. Pay attention to your dreams as well. It's going to give you a lot of information. Spirit, final messages for this week. Final messages for the week ahead. Balance. Okay. Beautiful. Get the yin and yang energy. So masculine and feminine. This is number 22. So it could be an energy of union and coming together, or even just balancing out the energies between the masculine and feminine, especially because we had that soulmate card, which is 2 hearts coming together. It could be a big, big shift and big change in your connection with your divine counterpart this week, so pay attention to that. We have the thinking man. So this is usually air energy, so it could be Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra, but someone who has great knowledge or great value to impart to you. So pay attention to the people that come into your life. This also could be related to your divine counterpart. They hold something of value for you that you may discover this week. Could be a gift, I'm hearing. We do have storm warning, which for me has dual meanings, okay? When I pull this card, this is always about the emotions, okay? Emotions could be up and down, because again, in the intro part of the reading, I was hearing that there could be, Pisces season specifically is going to be like one big full moon where emotions are going to be intense. And so for those of you who maybe don't get the Valentine's Day that you want or expecting, or something else comes up for you this week, really try to balance your emotions and know that this too shall pass, all right? You can control your emotions don't control you, but the best way to control your emotions is to think better feeling thoughts, okay? Think about something that makes you feel good. Try to stay positive, try to stay in the highest vibration, and not allow yourself to come into emotional storms. However, for me, this card actually has a literal meaning of storms. Okay. So there's a lot of earth changes. There's a lot of places that are really, really having some really difficult weather events and earth events around the world. And so this actually could be a warning of there could be a storm or some sort of earth event in your environment. And I'm saying that because right next to it, we have strategy, which is all about planning and action. So pay attention to your intuition, or if you're expecting some sort of bad storm. I know many places are still in winter season and having snowstorms, having other storms. Prepare. Make sure you've got supplies on hand. Make sure you have everything you need for you and your family. Use strategy, use planning, while the weather is good or while conditions are good. Get what you need. This is a week where it's going to be very important because, again, because this card does mean literal storms for me when I pull it, especially because I pull it in Florida. And whenever I'll use this deck whenever there's a hurricane, because I pull this card if the hurricane's going to affect my area or not. And it is accurate 100%. So this literally could be about a storm coming. And just plan, prepare, use your intuition to know what you need. Ask your guides for guidance. You're going to be okay. Everything's going to be fine. But, if you are in areas of the world that are going to be impacted by bad storms right now during this period, very, very, very important for you to prepare and get supplies. Okay. Angel of balance is coming through, which means number one, things are going to come into balance. So there's nothing to worry about, but it's also about finding balance within yourself, finding balance within your life. As you are balanced, your external world will be balanced as well. And there's a card of adjacent possibilities. This is that open your mind, see from the higher perspective. Maybe the one door that you were thinking of choosing isn't the best door for you. And so get all the information that you need before you make a decision, because there are adjacent possibilities or infinite possibilities available to you at this time. Bottom of the deck, we have contract, which is my justice card. So again, an energy of balance. The scales have come out, I think, twice so far. For some of you, you could have a very like a decision that goes in your favor this week, a legal decision or some sort of contract, because there is contract there that ends up being very, very beneficial for you. And so pay attention to that too. But this also could be representing like the sale of a house, the sale of a car, or or making a big purchase and signing a contract. If you're in that space right now in your life where you're making a big purchase or making a move, everything's going to be very, very good for you. All right. So yeah, it's going to be a good week. There's a lot of powerful energy this week. Just again, don't let your emotions control you. Try to stay emotionally balanced and just really pour love into yourself this week, and you will have a fantastic week. I really am feeling like I need to do one more final card. I'm actually, okay, I'll use this deck because it's here. I don't use this deck much for readings, but we are going to use the Alana Fairchild Kali Oracle. I do love this deck. Spirit, one final message that you want to bring through for the energy of this week. One final message. These cards are like bigger and thicker, so they're kind of hard to shuffle with. Okay. Okay, I'm probably going to butcher this, but it says Bhairavi Yogini. It's a number 21. That is the symbol for the root chakra. So just from the card itself, I'm getting a message that just important to really balance your root chakra, stay balanced and grounded this week. But I am going to read what this card means, because I don't know all the meanings for all the cards in this deck. Okay, so Bhairavi Yogini, sublime Bhairavi, fierce with sacred rage, cannot be deceived or deterred. She is unflinching, fearless, and determined. She causes that which is unworthy of the soul to flee and secures divine protection for the authentic soul path. Her presence empowers our hearts to face our fears and signifies that we are ready to overcome anything that has held us back. She gives us the power to fulfill our heart's desires and reminds us to embrace our unique path with confidence. And so, wow, you are divinely protected to follow your authentic soul path this week. And Spirit is giving you the power to fulfill your heart's desires and to follow your unique path with confidence. So that is very powerful. Wow. Okay. So again, I'm just going to bring it through. And she is highly connected to the root chakra. So if you are feeling insecure or unstable in any area of your life, this is a good week to do root chakra meditations so that you feel more grounded and secure, but know that you are divinely protected to follow your unique soul path. And everything's going to open up for you, but you've got to have the courage and the confidence and the power to go after your heart's desires if you want to bring them into reality. There is a huge energetic potential this week where there's a lot of blessings. You got the 9 of Cups, you got the Wheel of Fortune, you got the 10 of Cups, you got the Sun. Beautiful energy coming through this week. So this is a very powerful week to go after what you want. All right. And again, this card is called Bhairavi Yogini. All right. So with that, I hope everyone has an incredible week ahead. And I will see you tomorrow on the live if you join. All right. Sending you lots of love. And I hope everyone has a beautiful Valentine's Day. Although I think I am going to come on and do a quick love reading for that day. But all right. Sending you love. Take care.